insights. Next, we have a speaker who is going to talk about a very important theme, that is real-time incident detection and AI-enabled playbooks. We have with us Mr. Jay Aditya Shonik, who is the project lead with Persistent Systems. He has over 12 plus years of experience in cybersecurity, automation, and AI. He has previously worked with Intel and McAfee, specializing in AI-enabled incident response, playbooks, and security operations at enterprise scale. His leadership develops next-gen SOAR frameworks and real-time threat detection in Fortune 500 environments, improving security outcomes through smart automation and machine learning integration. Welcome, Mr. Shonik. The dice is yours.
Hey, everyone. So I just find it a bit easier than behind the podium. So given that it's only 12 minutes, I'll primarily stick to real-time incident detection. Before I start, I just want to point out two terminologies that I will be using. That is MTTD and MTTR. That is mean time to detection and mean time to remediation. What the two metrics mean, I'll just highlight through the incident timeline. So normally, of course, Rohit touched upon some of these points. Normally, when a security breach occurs, that is the 0th minute, from that time to the point that our security products are able to detect it, that is the mean time to detection. Now, the next step is that once the security products detected in our security operation centers, from there, when the security officers start working on it and resolving the issues, that is called that is at the point of resolution. This detection to resolution is called the mean time to remediation. So why this is important, I'll start highlighting a bit now. I won't focus too much time on the statistics because I think Mr. Rohit already covered the stats very well. He highlighted the fact that the overall number he said was well beyond I think 270 days for an incident to get detected and resolved. And these stats also show the similar things, that it's taken about, on average in the world, 194 days to detect an issue and 64 days to contain it, to resolve it. And these are IBM statistics of last year. So one more important statistic over here is that over 50% of our security operations centers world over do not even track how much time it took to detect and to resolve. So most of the statistics that we use, they are best case scenarios. Now, why is this happening? Why is it taking us so long to find an issue and resolve it? Well, there are a lot of factors, but three of the very important ones is one, telemetry batch processing. Even today, most of our SIEM products, that is most of our security information and event management products, our orchestration tools, still rely on getting entire batch logs into their systems and then sitting down and processing. In any critical infrastructure setup, oftentimes a log can be easily well over 1 gigabyte, 2 gigabytes, because it is taken over maybe the period of 12 hours or 1 day. That is a lot of data for our security tools to process. I mean, having myself developed a few tools, I know the pain of that, and which is why you can easily spend 6 to 8 hours trying to find any kind of incidents out of that. So we have to move away from telemetry batch processing. The next thing is just sheer alert overload. The amount of incidents, SOC teams, it is very common for 100,000 incidents in critical infrastructure setups to be handled in a day and go well above it. Which is why more often than not, most of the low severity incidents are not even handled. So that is the second major issue. The third issue is that we are still dealing with manual playbooks or semi-automated playbooks. The main focus is on the security officer and how their strategy is they will utilize automation wherever possible. So we have to shift that orientation from being operator-focused to basically automation-focused or AI-focused. So the two things I want to touch upon, the first thing is real-time detection, or I should say real-time telemetry processing to incident creation. So when we talk about this, the first thing is most important, that we need to engage in continuous streaming. That means instead of waiting for an entire log over 12 hours or a day to get recorded, then sent through the network to our security operations centers or the data center that they are using, Every single event has to be its own isolated incident, potential incident that is being processed. So everything has to be done in the pipeline. So as that singular incident takes place, if a bad actor engages in a malicious transaction, the moment the bank records that transaction, it has to move into a traditional ETL pipeline, where in the transformation is where we are applying all our rules, all our ML loops, everything. So if we do that, we achieve two things, and that is, first of all, a smart filtering and noise reduction. So a lot of the transactions and events that take place, we can eliminate in the pipeline, and it does not even reach our security tools, because in case they are just using data that is not relevant to us. That is, of course, once our rules operate on them. And also a lot of the analytics are done in this layer itself. And as a result, the level of data that our SOCs team will be able to deal with is going to be far lesser and be far easier to handle. What that will achieve is, one, we can achieve an ultra-low dwell time. The dwell time is the amount of time, and when an attacker makes a breach, the amount of time he's able to stay in the ecosystem before that incident is detected. So given that every event is straight away processed, we can reduce the dwell time to very low levels. And that, of course, assures a very fast response, because the Security Operations Center can handle it straight away. Also, by moving all the transformation and processing right into our data centers, which is our transit layer, we can also use scalability. So given that different SOCs may have different capabilities of handling data, we can take that processing back into the data centers itself. So as a result, we have cost saving, and we are retaining much lesser logs. Yesterday, one of the speakers spoke about how the increasing need to retain logs in our data centers and SOCs. We can greatly reduce that over there. So there's a lot of cost and storage savings involved. And given that there have been so many recent laws regarding data privacy, this is great for privacy and compliance also, because the lesser data you store in multiple areas, the lesser chances of it being breached, of it being hacked, of it being leaked. So I will just quickly go through the AI-enabled response. This was actually the next topic, as in, once the incident is detected, moving from a security officer focus to an AI-enabled focus. So here, we can very easily leverage agentic workflows, and instead of just having one form of attack, we can initiate multiple forms. So for example, incident decomposition. So once an incident is detected, we can utilize our AI to have three streams work in parallel. One, engaging in the notification and triggers, informing the authorities that that would be relevant for this. The other is the AI engaging in automated efforts for low risk efforts. But as far as the high risk efforts are concerned, that is where we utilize AI to create the plan itself. That then we involve the security officer, that is the human in the loop. So we involve the security officer to actually get this plan and just approve it or modify it before AI drives it to completion. So by doing this, by involving human in the loop, what we are able to do is we are able to get our security officers to just focus on the strategy, whereas all the legwork is being done by AI itself. So basically, which is why that is what creates a good harmony between our AI agents and our the human overseers, who are just there for safety and oversight. So I'll just quickly push through because of time. And basically, in the end, I want to touch upon sovereign telemetry. It is very important for us to lessen the amount of data that any organizations that are of other nations get involved, especially in the current geopolitical climate, and it's only going to get worse. So which is why, by doing this, we have to create our own products which engage in this real-time processing, utilizing our own data centers in our own networks, and of course, our SOCs have to be sitting at home in India itself, so that we have complete control of the data, and it is not visible to potential malicious foreign actors. So that is the purpose of having in-house pipelines, and so that we can maintain sovereignty on our data. And by doing this also, we will be also aligning with the strategic requirements of the nation, of the central government. We can also granularly align it on our end as far as our SOCs are concerned and our cybersecurity products are concerned. So I won't go into the summarization since I already mentioned all these points. But basically, I would like to conclude by saying that the cybersecurity world in the last 10 years that I've been in it has changed quite a bit. We have gone from the cat and mouse game to a spy versus spy game, and now we are fully in an AI versus AI game. And in this kind of a scenario, I think India is very well positioned because we have immense intellectual capital. And that is primarily thanks to the youth, including the people sitting over here. So it is the work that we have done and we will continue to do previously for other organizations and other nations, but we need to pivot that more, insular into India. And if we do that, if we utilize this intellectual treasure that we possess, then India can very well be in the forefronts of cybersecurity, including in quick response and an immediate response. So I think that should be our will. Thank you.
Mr. Jay Shonik, please. A loud round of applause. Thank you so much. We thank all the speakers today for their insightful and knowledgeable sessions. I'm sure the audience had a lot to gain.